Hello everyone, welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name is Amanda. In today's video, we are going to be doing a spring ombre gel polish tutorial using the Kiki London Macaron collection. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. Now jumping in, I just got a new Kiki London Ombre Brush. I've had my one a couple of years and it was looking a little bit worn. So take a look at how beautiful this brand new one looks. I love the ombre brush. It makes gel polish ombres absolutely effortless. So if you are struggling, I would highly recommend checking it out. As you can see, it has denser bristles at the base and then these lighter, more sparse bristles at the top of the brush. And this is what makes doing your gel polish ombre super easy. So for this tutorial, as I mentioned, I wanted to use a couple of colors from one of my favorite spring collection. That is the Macaron collection. This collection has the most beautiful set of pastel shades for spring, but they all have this grey black speckled effect in them. So they are brilliant for doing your Easter mini egg nails or anything with a really cutesy spring vibe. So I'm going to use 4 of those and I'm going to ombre them with True Nude, which is from the Hema Free collection. The Hema Free collection, of course, is great for any of your clients who have an allergy to the Hema that is in gel polish. I am going to pair this with the Hema Free base coat. I'm working on display tips, so I don't normally use a base coat. Usually I just go straight in with my design, but I do feel as though when you're doing an ombre, even on display tips, having that base there makes it a lot easier when you're creating your blend. So I did do a thin coat of the base coat on all 4 nails. Of course, if you was doing this on yourself or on the natural nails, if you was working on yourself or a client, you would need to go in and do your prep and primer before applying your base. So on that first nail, I'm going to do an ombre between True Nude and Mint Lolly. When I'm doing an ombre where I'm using a classic nude shade or like a base shade, so a natural base shade, I like to go in and do that color first down at the cuticle area. So I've got this nice and neat at that cuticle area, taking it roughly halfway down the nail, and then I'm going to come in with Mint Lolly at the tip of the nail, and I'm pushing this up to the True Nude so that there's no gap between where those 2 colors meet. You just want to make sure that you're being careful that you haven't got any of the True Nude on your Mint Lolly bottle brush, because you don't want to contaminate the rest of the gel polish that's in that bottle. Now, whenever I'm doing any kind of ombre, I always like to start off by simply blending that line where those 2 colors meet. This is going to give you a transitional shade. So on this one, you can kind of see it looks a little bit grayish where that mint has mixed with the nude. So I'm going to then start blending that transitional shade into our Mint Lolly. And I'm really taking my time at my sidewalls here, because this is where I tend to find I don't get the perfect blend because I focus on the center of the nail. So always make sure that you're looking at all angles of the nail. Now you will notice there's some brush strokes in there. Even though I've been quite light with my brush, I do still have some brush strokes. These will settle within a few seconds. So whilst you're working on the next nail, those brush strokes are going to settle. So when it comes to curing, they will be completely invisible. So onto the second nail, I'm going to do a True Nude with a Peach Puff. Now this is a color that blends absolutely effortlessly with the True Nude. You will find that certain colors blend easier than others. Here both of them have that peachy base, so they just blend together effortlessly. So if you are new to ombres, I would highly recommend trying out first of all with 2 colors that are similar in the tone. Then they're going to blend together easier, and it just gives you a bit of an achievement. It makes you don't feel so struggled when you're doing the design. And then once you've sort of perfected blending easier colors together, you can go on to harder ones. Now for a harder one, out of the 4 I chose here, I felt as though Sweet Lime was the hardest to blend because it's quite a bright green color. So I'm going to go in and do exactly the same as before. So coming in with my True Nude at the cuticle area, taking this roughly just past halfway down the nail and kind of feathering that color out. It doesn't need to be a block straight neat line. We're then going to take our Sweet Lime. I'm going to go in, push this up to the True Nude, take it down towards the tip of the nail, and this is where you can really see that they are 2 quite different shades, similar to how Mint Lolly was. And then we're going to blend right where those 2 colors meet to create our transitional shade. Now, when I'm blending two colors that are slightly different, I will blend my transitional shade into both areas. So I'm going to start off first of all by blending it in to the True Nude a little bit more, making that blend a little bit softer. And then I'm going to clean off my brush. I'm just cleaning off on one of the Kiki London alcohol wipes. Then I'm going to take my clean brush and blend the transitional shade into the Sweet Lime. So it's just basically taking a little bit longer when you are blending two colors that are quite different together. I then like to go over any areas where they just need a little bit more attention to get a nice soft gradient between the two colors. Now, this might not look perfect. Your ombre on your first coat is never going to look perfect in my opinion, so don't stress too much about getting the perfect ombre on your first coat, because when you come in and do your second coat of gel polish, this is where you're going to get the true opacity from the shades. So this is where you can spend a little bit more time perfecting the ombre, and you'll see when it comes to doing the second coat how much softer and how much neater the blends look. So don't stress about wasting too much time perfecting the ombre on your first coat, because effectively you do come in and completely cover it up on the second coat anyway. So on to the fourth nail, we're going to blend True Nude with Cookies and Cream. This is again another super easy shade to blend with True Nude because it's quite a light color and it gives you kind of like the classic ombre look between a nude and a white. I really love this one. So as you can see, I had to spend barely any time blending those two colors together, but a lot of it is how simple it is with the ombre brush because of those light bristles at the tip of the brush, and using a nice light pressure, kind of just feathery backwards and forward strokes. So you did also see there that a lot of the brush strokes had minimized, and then I did pop them in to cure for 30 seconds, and we're then going to come in and do our second coat of color. So I'm coming in first of all with True Nude, going straight over where we'd applied the True Nude before, and then going in with the exact same technique as before. So we're coming in with our Mint Lolly, pushing this up to the True Nude shade, taking my clean ombre brush. I'm going to blend those two colors right where they meet, just going backwards and forwards, nice light feathery strokes. It does look as though I'm being a little bit harder or a little bit faster in the video because it has been slightly sped up. I personally do then like to wipe off any excess on the alcohol pad, and then at this point, instead of just going side to side, you can bring some of your nude color down into the Mint Lolly as well if you want to bring that nude shade a little bit further down. So you see here I'm just using a really light gentle touch to pull some of that nude color down and blend it in a little bit more, and then it looks so much more seamless on that second coat. Again, we have got a few brush strokes. Leave these to settle and they will completely minimize, so don't stress too much. If you have got quite deep brush strokes, it means, and they don't sort of settle or level out, it means you're going in too heavy with your ombre brush. So you need to perfect just using the very tip of the brush and just using a nice light stroke. Again, with this color, this was such an effortless blend, but I do still like to take a little bit of time just to make sure I'm happy with how it looks, especially when you are using colors that have an effect in them. So like these with the macaron effect in them, you kind of want to make sure that you're not covering up too much of that effect with the True Nude where they blend together so effortlessly, because you still want the color to pop. Now really quickly, I did also want to talk about cleaning up the brush on the alcohol pads. A lot of the time when I talk about nail art brushes, I get questions asking how I clean my nail art brushes, and I clean them all the same. So I use throughout use of the brush, so for example through this video, you'll see that I'm wiping it off on an alcohol wipe. So I'm just using a gentle wipe on the alcohol wipe. This stops any excess gel polish building up in your brush, and this goes for all of the nail art brushes, by the way, not just the ombre brush. And then once I have completely finished doing a set of nails, I will thoroughly wipe off the brush with a clean alcohol wipe, just to make sure that nothing is stuck in it, no gel is left behind. And then all of the Kiki London nail art brushes, they have a lid, so this protects them. So then I'll just simply make sure my brush is nice and clean and pop the lid back on. Now every once in a while, you might find, say after 6 months of heavy usage, your brush might feel a little bit dry. I then like to recondition freshen it by just running it through some clear base coat. So I'll just run it through the base coat a few times. This helps pull off any sort of gel that has got stuck in there if you've not kept up with keeping it regularly clean. But that is all I do. I never clean them on acetone. I do try to avoid that because it does dry out the bristles. But these alcohol pads, I believe they're 70% alcohol, so they're gentle enough on the brushes but still strong enough that they can clean any of your uncured gel polish out of them. So if you do have any questions, or if you would like a little bit more of an in-depth video on looking after your nail art brushes, then do let me know in the comments below, or if there's anything you need help with, do pop it in the comments below and I'm happy to help. Now we're flying through these gel polishes because, as you can see, they are really effortless to blend together. On the second coat, I really quickly wanted to mention that I still go in with that sort of 2 to 3 step technique. So go in, blend that center transitional shade in, clean off my brush, and then blend that transitional shade in. I like to blend in to the color first of all, and then just go back in and blend it into the nude. Now I do work slightly different if I'm using a solid color. Solid colors are slightly harder to blend together than glitters or colors like the Macaron ones. So if you would like to see a gel polish ombre tutorial using more classic two simple gel polish shades, then do let me know. Or maybe we could do some classic baby boomer style nails, as that's not something I've done in a little while. Then let me know in the comments below. So once I had done my second coat, this is what our set of nails are looking like. How gorgeous do these look for spring? So I did pop them in for a 30-second cure, and then we're ready to come in and top coat. Of course, you can top coat with any top coat of your choice. I'm going for the crystal top coat today, but I do have to say the Macaron collection looks absolutely beautiful with a matte top coat over the top. Now, a lot of the time when I've done a gel polish ombre, I like to use it as a base for some nail art, especially if it's seasonal nail art like spring or Easter. So normally I would like to come in over the top of a design like this with some stamping or some hand painting, maybe even some water decals or some isolated chrome, because an ombre does make a great base for further nail art on top. But where the Macaron collection, it kind of already has that nail art feel in it, I do feel as though these look absolutely cute on their own. They didn't need anything else added to them, so I just simply come in and top coated. But let me know if you'd like to see some more nail art style videos where we go in and create a themed design. I think that could be really cute for spring on Easter especially, because I'm just picturing all the cute little bunnies and things like that. But anyway, once I had finished off applying that top coat, I did pop this in to cure for 60 seconds, and this was the finished result. Just look how seamless those blends are, and it's all thanks to the ombre brush. So if you haven't got that, I will leave it linked in the description box below, along with all of the other products I've used. If you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below and let me know what your favorite nail art design is to do. Mine for sure is an ombre. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscription button, and I shall see you all again in next Friday's video. Lots of love, take care, bye bye.